Okay, so we're here, we're back on it again. Today what we're going to be doing is having a quick look at these guys, which are the arms for the Dreadnought. We got some a prime on these guys already, nice white, and we are going to have these as nice white arms on these guys. So in essence they're going to be nice bright white. I'm going to tie it in with a little bit of white on here and some other stuff, but these are going to look like white guys. What's happening, Grey Tie Studio? How you doing, dude? We're live on YouTube at the moment as well, so if anybody wants to check out exactly what I'm painting from the top down, we're live on YouTube as well, so feel free to jump over there as well. No worries at all. But yeah, so as far as this goes, on the las cannon arm and the missile pod arm, we're going to be working on some decals, but I want to get this a nice gradient built up on these panels to start with. So we're going to probably get the airbrush out, do a little bit of airbrush work on them, and then go from there, and then start getting some decals on there. I've got some decals that I'm going to have a quick look at as well, yeah, we're going to do some good, so that should be kind of fun. So we'll get the airbrush out. Beautiful, and I'm just going to do an off-white and a white and call it good. That's going to be more than enough for what I'm needing. So we're going to have a dark neutral grey to start with. Whoa, this needs to get shrunk just a little bit. There you go. Done. Boop. Just got to shrink that a little bit. That's kind of taking over a little touch, but so just a little bit of grey. I wanted this, and then I can then highlight up. The issue you've got with using white is the fact that you can't highlight up any more than white. So it should only ever be your last like highlight type thing. So a nice off-white to give that impression is the bomb. So we're just going to get oofta. That is ridiculously thin. There we go. What's that in Boca? How you doing, dude? So we are live on Instagram and also on YouTube at the moment. So I've got to pay attention to two chats. So that's kind of fun. Just saying hi. Thanks, Boca. Appreciate you, bud. Yeah, so white undercoat just gives me a really good, solid, you can kind of, it's really bright. Let me see if I can turn this down a touch. There we go. That might be a little bit better. So yeah, you can kind of see the difference from the white on here to the grey that I'm going to be using. And it's as I said, it's nice to be able to get it all sorted out, done, dusted, and then work on the highlights and the gradient side of things. So that for me is important. But it's just on these white panels. And once we've got the white panels all sorted out, and then we'll rock and rolling to then start sculpting up. Sorry, what's happening? Chilled Minis, how you doing, dude? Over on Instagram, how you doing, bud? Yeah, so as far as it goes, it's a case of getting that grey on there, that grey tone, and then being able to highlight up from it. And then what I'm going to do is yeah, get this gradient on here, dried, and then look at a nice white on the top in areas. I might need to gently go over this again. Certainly Manny, how you doing, dude? Hope you're well, dude. Hi. And yeah, just gently making sure that the coverage on here, because it's large smooth panels, it really does need to be decent. If you haven't got smooth coverage on it, then you're buggered. So smooth coverage all the way. And then yeah, we're good to go. Even over white, grey can be a pain in the butt. So doing good, just got done with lunch. Nice, dude. I'm on my lunch at the moment, Manny, from work. So decided to just jump on today and get some more work done on these guys and get some more work on some Space Marine dreadnoughts, which is kind of cool. So yeah, we're getting these knocked out, and then we will be having some fun doing some decals and some other bits on these as well. I've still got to get you into Warhammer, Manny. You'll get there. If you like Lego and you like the game Space Marine 2, you're in for a world of pain, dude. It's pretty sick once you get into it, Manny. Just gonna say, you know, it's decent, but done with your lunch break, eh? What's happening to everybody that's just jumping on YouTube? How you doing? We are painting Space Marines. It's March from a Crag month this month, so we are doing a lot of, well, we're finishing off 2 Ultramarine dreadnoughts, Pinky and Perky as I like to call them, but they're actually Tarius and Zophiel. They're the names that I've given them anyway. Sad, but yeah. And then yeah, we're kind of going from there and getting these sorted out. I'm going to get some white in a minute, and once I get the white out, it'll be just a case of I kind of wait for these to dry fully. But yeah, I think we're probably going to give the airbrush a bit of a break. And then we are, don't even realise I left my light there until you said something. Dude, I tried telling you in a fucking message that you'd left it here, and I was like, yeah, my new flashlight type thing, and it just went right over your head, mate. I was just like, really? He just does not even realise. So yeah, good times, Manny, good times. But yeah, it's here, it's on my shelf in my room, so you're good. Because if I didn't put it away, William would have grabbed it. So yeah, that would have been not good. So, but yeah, what's happening, folks on YouTube? How you doing? Thanks for dropping in. We're still working on the dreadnoughts. We are we've got this bad boy here, which is we're kind of working on. We've done some decal work on it, and we are kind of sorting some stuff out on this going forward. Done a little bit of gradient with airbrush, some airbrush gradients, and we're now going to just do a little bit of brush work. We've done some airbrushing of some grey here, so that I can actually edge highlight up to white. I might actually do a little bit of white on here in places as well. And yeah, there's some cool bits that we're going to do on it for sure. So we're going to do a little bit of gradient work once this is all dry. But in the meantime, while I'm waiting for stuff to dry, I'm going to start working a little bit on the grey on the dreadnought here. And let's see if we can pull this down a little bit. I swear I had this zoomed in a little bit more yesterday. Hold on. Let's see if we can get this sorted out. How's that? There we go. Okay, I think we're good. Let's just see. Whoa, that just shrank that all the way down. I'm not sure what's going on there, but there you go. And then we can zoom in on this bad boy so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. So yeah, this is the dread. I've got two of them that we're going to be doing them in twos. I've got to go, man. Text you later. All right, cheers, Manny. What's happening, Dominionaire? How you doing, dude? We're live on Instagram and we're also on YouTube as well. So if you want to see what I'm actually painting, head on over to YouTube and check it out. These are the two that we're working on. If I can get them focused in. Maybe not. The camera doesn't like me today. I'll hold them down here so you can kind of see what they look like. So we've got some black on. We've got some silver on as well, some dark silver. Today I'm actually going to just start on the layering side of things. We've got some dark grey on the middle here that I'm going to start layering up. We've also got a little bit of dark grey on the sides here. That's the only bit of white that I'm going to be going up to on these fronts. So we're just easy peasy. Going to be grabbing a nice size 3 brush from the guys at PK Pro, who you'll see down there are one of the sponsors, and lovely guys, and be sure to go and check them out. If you're in the EU, they're in Germany. What's happening, Newport K? How you doing, dude? If you're in the especially if you're in Germany, they're a fantastic supplier of products across the EU, and I couldn't recommend PK Pro highly enough. They are a really good supplier of Warhammer stuff in general, but also their own products. So yeah, go and check them out if you've got time, and have a little look at their stuff. But we're literally just going to be giving these guys a little, I'm going to bring that over there, a little light grey highlight here on these dark grey bits, and then we're going to be leaving some of the dark grey in the crevices. But you should be able to. What's happening, Smith Wargaming? How you doing, dude? So yeah, we're just literally building on these. Nice thin paint all the way across, and just making these. You can see Aquila on the top here. You can kind of see that it's on there. Let me see if the autofocus is on this thing. Hold on. It should be. Yeah, it is on autofocus. Maybe I'll turn that off and then focus it in. There we go. A little bit better down here. There you go. So manual focus is on. Blue boys, exactly. Yeah, lots of little blue boys running around. But we've got some. We're just layering up. I've got to turn this up. This light. I know it's going to be a bit strong for YouTube to deal with, but. we're just getting the getting that kind of eagle on there sorted out. So done with some digging. It turns out my old man was a Night Lords kind of guy, dude. That's worrying. they're a bit of a deviant lot, the old Night Lords, mate. I'd watch out for your old man if I was you. That's awesome, though. Good on him. They've got a character called Sevatar in Horus Heresy. Who's awesome. I like him. Very cool dude. So, yeah, there we go. So just getting that kind of base there on the actual thing. Let me see if I can pull this across. I can't see who's in here now. Oh, we've got 4 people in here on YouTube. Yeah, right. Yeah, there's a bit of a. I don't know. I don't know if I'd admit to that, to be honest with you. Like to my son, I'm like, oh yeah, sorry, mate. I was a bit of a Night Lords because they go a bit. You know, I don't think they were too nice to kids. The old Night Lords, unfortunately, mate. They were pretty brutal. So there you go. That's sort of where we're going at with this on here, and kind of just picking out the white bits because then I can actually go with white on a final highlight and just pull it over on the edges, and then you've got a nice gradiented like little birdie or whatever the fuck it's supposed to be. I guess it's an accentuated aquila. But I'm keeping the brush actually quite. What's happening, folks, for jumping in on Instagram? What's happening, guys? If you actually want to see what I'm painting, please feel free to chuck on over to YouTube. You'll be able to see the top-down version and everything else on YouTube for what I'm up to. So yeah, if you want to do that, you're more than welcome to. But yeah, I'm still marching from a crag. It's Monday's March from a Crag. Thanks, Dennis. What's happening, Pim? How you doing, dude? Your dice should be arriving to me today from Mr. Barron. So once he delivers, I will be getting yours shipped out this week, mate. So you should have it probably within a couple of weeks back in the UK, mate. Knowing what the postal service is like. But yeah, we are. You guys on there, that's what I'm painting up at the moment, just on the front section of the dreadnought there. What's happening, Joe? How you doing? And then you guys on YouTube, you can obviously see what I'm painting up here. So yeah, we're cracking on. I want to try and get these knocked out so I can actually paint some more stuff up, because I've got other stuff that I need to be getting on with. Which doesn't mean I'm going to speed through these, but I just want to get them I'm motivated to get them done for March from a Crag, and then I can focus on some bolt action maybe, or some fantasy stuff, or whatever. I'm not entirely sure yet what I'm going to be doing. Maybe some fantasy stuff for a nice little release that's coming out soon. What's happening, Golden Rogue? Different painting station? Yes, mate. This is my new one on here. You don't really get a good look from Instagram. If you jump onto YouTube, you can probably see my paint station set up a little bit better. But that looks the biz. Thanks, dude. Is the magnet sticking out from your light to do? I do the exact thing. Yes, mate. All my magnets up here are all different. I've got tons of them, and my son keeps messing around with them. But yes, I've got a ton of them that are all dotted along in different sizes on my thing. 'Cause honestly, trying to store magnets is a pain in the ass. So actually being able to have somewhere to go dunk 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 on is quite handy, really. But what's happening, JJ Print Stuff? How you doing, dude? But yeah, so as far as that all goes, what's happening, people on YouTube? How you doing, guys? Thanks for jumping in and watching. We're just, as I said, we're still working on these ultramarine dreadnoughts, ballistic dreadnoughts, I think they're called, these ones. And yeah, they're kind of fun. I've got a couple of them running to start with. I've seen a lot of people be running like 2, 3 of them in a lot of their armies at the moment competitively. I had like 3 of them at one point. I was like, I'm never going to run 3, so I gave one to my friend, and I got 2 for me. And honestly, I'm just like going to get them painted up and probably pack them away. I've got to probably try and reduce down my ultramarines, because my son wanted them to start with, and I ended up painting a load up for him. But the Leviathan dreadnoughts that I've got are, I don't think, no longer valid or something like that in the army lists or something like that. So I was like, okay, so I'm probably going to sell them off to some 30k ultramarine players, and then worry about, you know, getting some more dreadnoughts myself. But been painting some Troggoths as they're on round base. Oh, they're on a round bases. Dead to me, to be honest with you, Reed. Dead to me, mate. What's happening, JJ Print Stuff? How you doing, dude? Yeah, so we'll see. But Reed, man, that's disgusting. You need to have a long, hard look at yourself, Reed, with your AOS addiction. You know, you need to get on squares, mate. Hit to be square. I think Huey and the Lewis said that way back. These fucking Aquila marks, or whatever they are, on these birds are a pain in the arse. Those ones there, those ones that I'm painting, the feathers on them are a nightmare. But thanks everybody, whoever's watching on YouTube. If you're in the chat, Mike, looking good, Sam. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it, dude. Thanks for the chat on YouTube. Not sure who that is. So they're going on silent. Apologies about that. I should normally bloody get my phone done. Right, need to drop playing some Marvel, and one of my boys just dropped to say hi. Also, squares are square, man. Squares are the way forward, Reed. You know it. But anyway, thanks for popping in, Reed. Appreciate it. Mike, yeah, thanks ever so much on jumping on YouTube. These are really where I'm at the moment. I got these on a nice like light grey colour, and then I'm going to do some gradient on these just to make them, give them a little bit of a wow, a little bit more like ooh effect when they're done. They're quite easy to do on like vehicles and stuff like that. But that's all right. And then we can just do highlights up from a lot of this to white. I always like using white as a final highlight on these things. So what's happening, Noah? How you doing, dude? And you'll see, I like after all these years of painting, I don't want to go freaking like. There's a lot of cheats that you can find by using the side of the brush and all those sorts of things when you're colouring in areas using the brush. So I think that's one thing that I really try and tell people is experiment with your brush. Don't always paint like this. Use the side, scrape. You know, there's a lot of different things you can do with the paintbrush to get what you want to do with the minimum amount of effort on it. And that for me is, you know, helps a hell of a lot when people are going, you know, I've got a size 000 brush and I'm still not being able to get it. Well, you know, you don't need it. I've got a size 3 brush here doing this, and this is more than enough for like first layers of highlights and those sorts of things, because you don't need it to be perfect when you're doing these. Yeah, eventually you might, but not at this time. So there you go, size 3 brush, super detailing some of this. But mate, do you use any kind of varnish on your finished work? Yeah, I do. I've got a ton of different varnishes. The one I use the most is this one here. I'll kind of do this on YouTube as well. Let me get this shaded. Hold on. Mr. Super Clear Matte. That's one of the ones that I use. Really cool. You can pick this up from Hobby Lobby over here in the States. AK Ultra Matte is really good to use through the airbrush. I've got a lot of different airbrush varnishes as well. Varnishes for people that eat a lot of Cheetos. Well, either that or varnish is for people that eat a lot of anything, to be honest with you. But Testers full coat is good. That's worth looking at. I just like to get very matte orientated varnishes, to be honest with you. That's my jam. But yeah, matte, ultra matte is what it's all about. If it's anything other than that, then good luck to you, but it's not my jam. I've seen people do gloss and those sorts of things, and yeah, they can look all right, but for me, to show off your models, I like a nice ultra matte. But you've got to remember, if you're doing ultra matte on metallic stuff, it'll start eating away at that metallic effect that you've got. So just as a little reminder. So I've seen people do that before, like get a full Custodes arm in and put matte on it, and then they're like, oh, it's not really that shiny anymore. And I'm like, well, no shit. You're just taking off any metallicness for that whole army. I'm like, okay. But yeah. Now on the hunt for matte, so have a good look around. Yeah, the Games Workshop one's expensive. Smith's Wargaming. It's not bad. It's expensive. Tamiya do a good one. Vallejo do a good one. Spray Can. Army Painter, their matte one is not bad. It's not ultra matte, but it's not bad. So there's a lot around really to look at. But yeah, as far as anything else goes, just try it around and don't test it out on the finished models to start with. Get a tester and just start testing them, because it's one of those things that I've seen people do it and have not the best reactions with stuff that they're testing out. So Christ's sake, don't do it on a finished model. Do it on something else and see how it goes. That's probably the best. So I'm seeing if that colour I chose for the terrain. Nice. Hello, Alison. How you doing, sweetheart? I'm sure I saw you in Vegas, Alison. I'm sure I saw you guys. You probably saw me buzzing around, bombing around in Vegas, but I'm pretty sure I saw you with your husband or boyfriend. So I'm sorry I didn't have time to stop by. I'm pretty sure I just saw you, but so yeah, for those folks that are on YouTube, if you actually see the top down version that I've got going on, what I'm gonna do now is literally I'm just getting a bit of a damp cloth on the decals. I've used this product, the Mark Fit Super Strong, on the decals, and then what I actually do is just get a damp cloth and just push this down onto that decal, just to sort of start eating away at that decal. I've been doing this a couple of times over the last couple of days, and it really does help in getting that decal diluted down so that it looks like it's painted on. What's happening, Calvin? How you doing, dude? So yeah, it's an interesting one to look at, but it just really does eat away at that decal there, and it just makes it look painted on, which is what you want really. But later, Sam and chat. See you, Noah. Thanks for popping in, dude. But yeah, nice little thing, and then you've got the two there ready to go. So I'm going to work on the white now. I'm going to just do a final little highlight of white on the front bit, and then this, apart from some super detailing on a little bit of the greys and some of the pipes and stuff like that, which is I'm fine doing. We'll get going. Hello, mate, Calvin. What's happening, dude? Over on Instagram. Hello. Yeah. So as far as all that goes, we will sort of go through all of that and get some white. The white I'm going to use is my favourite white, which is Mr. Bold Titanium White from Pro Acryl. For you guys over there, these guys over here, best white on the market by far. Honestly, I have not found another white out there on the marketplace that is as good and as good coverage, watered down as this thing. It is spot on. Not sure what they do. They probably sold their soul to Satan for this recipe, but it is super good. Like really, really, really good. And watered down, you'll see it for the guys on YouTube. That's how much I'm watering this down on the palette, and you can water it down to like milk consistency. What's happening? The War Spammer. How you doing, dude? And then you can still, get a fantastic coverage on that white. And all I'm doing is just highlighting this light grey in the highest bits. But yeah, if no one's tried it yet, please go and try it. You'll thank me later. It's phenomenal, phenomenal paint, and the coverage, as you can see there, is just so crisp and good. It's watered down. It is still phenomenal paint. But yeah, so who we got on Instagram watching? Oh, what's happening, Mike? How you doing, dude? Mr. SQR Mini Painter. How you doing, dude? And we got Calvin on Instagram. We've got some guys on YouTube as well. What's happening, guys? I can't actually see who it is on YouTube. They don't let me see who is on there. But thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. So there you go. That's the kind of like the effect that we're doing on this. We're just gradiating out from that light grey to the white on here. And you got both streams up? Blimey, Mike, you turning into like a super follower on here. You know, you got to be careful now. And you're in Florida. I think people will start talking, Mike. You know. They're gonna be like, "Is Mike your wife really in another room just tuning in?" And yes, that would be right there. No, Mike, are you going to any conventions this year in Florida or not? Are you planning on going along to anything? I think I'm going over to Tampa next month, maybe. Either that or I'm going to Orlando. I can't remember which one I've got. I've got an event over there with Sam, aka Valrak, but yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure on the dates yet, but he's got to message me. But so there you go. So this is the one that's got white on it. This is the one that hasn't. So you guys can see the one in the middle's got the white on it. Not so skilled old world fan. How you doing, dude? Love the old world. That's my baby. So this is the one that's got the white on it. This one's not got the white on it. You can kind of see the gradient build up on there. And then we're going to do that on this little skull Terminator kind of symbol thing on here as well. And just gradiate it up a little bit. Super simple, super easy and effective. And if you keep it thin, this paint, you can then glaze it up to a nice bright white. So there you go, there's that bright white there done. You guys, what's going on in Tampa? There's a thing at the end of the summer. I want to say September. I'm definitely over there for Hurricane, I think it's called, which is a big convention over there in September. So I'm definitely going to be doing that. That's I'm hopefully going to be doing some stuff with Bolt Action with Warlord Games over at that one. So that's going to be fun. And then there's another one called, I think it's called Fisting in Florida, which for me sounds fucking awful, but that's what he chose to go with, and that's Sam. That's Valrak, and he's doing that over. I'll have to send you the details, but I know that's over in. It's kind of like northeast of Tampa and Orlando. I'm pretty sure, but I'll have to have a look. He sent me the details and he asked me if I wanted to pop over there. I'm like, love it. Pop over there, and it's like fucking 6 hours drive for me or something stupid. So we'll see. No one understands how bloody big Florida is. Not even people in America realise how big Florida is. The God Emperor of Mankind just joined. Blimey, hello. Thank you for popping in. And Crushed Hope Studio. What's happening, Jay? How you doing, bruv? If you want to see what I'm painting, please feel free to jump over on YouTube. You'll be able to see everything that I'm doing and painting. I think I'm going to actually zoom the camera in a little bit more on YouTube for folks, so they can actually see what we're doing. Crop. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. Let's do that. And then, yeah, that's a bit better. Is that a bit better for you, Mike? I know you're on all of the feeds, but it should be a little bit better now to actually see me paint and how to do it. 2 dreadnoughts, yes sir, doing 2 ballistic dreadnoughts. But yeah, is this camera angle a little bit better, Mike? Overall, hopefully Mike's still in here. If you're on it, yeah, that looks great. Sweet. All right. So I think is it in focus? Maybe it's not in focus. Let me try and see if I have to get the focus sorted out on it as well. This is all new to me. All this bollocks. No. No. Oh shit! I just fucked up the fucking thing. Hold on. Let me zoom out. Fucking that's shit. And exposure. Crop. Hopefully, is that still out of focus, isn't it? Looks sweet. Was about to sort my desk out with the lamps, but saw you were online. Well, thanks for jumping in, Jay. Get your lights going. Hold on. Turn that off. I'm like zero focusing on this. Maybe I've got to go a little bit out on this so that I can actually focus it. Hold on, there we go. Way out. Focus. There you go. Right, let's go in now. Jesus, trying to sort this bloody thing out is a nightmare. I think that's as far as it can go. Yeah, that's as far as that can go. Focus. I might have to reduce this down a little bit. It was fine to start with. I should really not fuck around with this shit. Hold on. Yeah, I can do it to like 400%. And then, see, that's well out of focus. That would be awesome if I could get that fucking focused in. But let me see. Ooh, it nearly did it then. Oh, there you go. Woo, that's all right. So that's focusing on that there. Okay, so if I go down to here, is that good? Okay, shit, that's good. All right, I'm keeping it like that. Done. That'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Thanks for bearing with me. Little out of focus. Is that in focus now, Mike? Is that good for you? Jesus, I'm gonna have to keep this fucking exactly on the dot. Yeah, it's a little bit out of focus there now when I'm actually painting it. So that'll do. I think that's good. Let me see. Jeff Lee, slightly out of focus. Jeff. JJ, I keep getting me mixed up. I'm like, who the fuck is Jeff? Slightly out. How's that? Is that slightly out of focus or is that still good? I don't know. Is it still out of focus or is I can't tell if that's slightly out of focus or not. Let me see if I can do anything about it. Oh, that's way out of focus. Way out of focus. Yeah, still a little out. How's that? Is that any better? Or is it still, is it just because I got a shit fucking camera? This is nuts. Thanks for bearing with me, gentlemen. Out. Yeah, it's still out. All right. That's as far as I can go out. So maybe what I've got to do is just go out on this a little bit. This is good. All right, I'm just going to keep it like that then. Bollocks to it. That will do. So we're literally just doing the white. Oh no, I could fuck around with it on there for like on these cameras for a while. But I got a nice like watered down white. The bold titanium white from Pro Acryl is so good. You can actually layer it up with itself. So the opacity you can take off it and start using it as like a white glaze up to the dominant, you know, that bright white that we've got on here, and you can kind of just build this up on different places like so this has had this little thing here. What's happening, Joker's Mark? What's happening, Paint War Game? I'm on YouTube as well, so if you guys want to jump over on YouTube, you're more than welcome to have a quick look at what I'm doing. What kind of lens have you got on? What? Hold on, what's the question? I've got, this is the little camera that Chris sent over to me way back that I thought I'd try out for streaming, and it's actually not bad. So we are streaming with it and making use of something that he gave to me a while back actually. But we're just doing a little bit on here on these bits on this like thing on here. Big love. Yep. Fucking big love. So yeah, we're just literally pulling it out from the start, so you've got a nice gradient and working on it and pulling it out so that it kind of looks good. It always looks good on these things when you do that sort of shit. But yeah, there you go. So you can kind of see that, and then you can just build on it with the white. If it's not white enough, you can go, do you know what, I'm going to pull some more and then wait for this to dry and then do some more on it, and then build a little bit more white on the skull, for example, on that side. You'll just see that one just that I did there. I'm just going to also put a little bit more on this white skull in the middle and just make this pop a little bit more with just gradients really and pulling it out. But what's happening, Brushstrokes and Beyond? How you doing, dude? I'm telling people, everyone, they jump in. What's happening, Dunk? We're on YouTube as well as Instagram. So if you want to go over and actually see what I'm painting, feel free to jump on over to YouTube. The chat is as lively over there as it is in Instagram normally. For those folks that like a little bit of banter, and yeah, we're just gently working on this Aquila, on these dreadnoughts, and getting this shit sorted. So yeah, and then just getting the final little bits sorted out for this front. I've got a couple of more of the wires and shit inside that I'm going to be doing. Got the fans printed last night and put the band on before I left for work. I'll ping over some images when I get home. Nice, dude. Right on. Get some use out of that. Yeah, I will do, dude. I have been. It's all good. I just wish the focus on it would be a little bit more reliable. But apart from that, it's doing its job, Chris. It's spot on, mate. So yeah, so we've got those two ready to go on YouTube and on here. There you go. You got these two looking pretty tasty. And then so that's all the white done that I really want to do on the white. And I'm going to probably do some silver work now on some of the pipes and some cables and shit like that, and do, you know, splash a little bit of color in it. I don't want to go nuts with like reds, and I might do a yellow with a little black hazard sort of cable in there or something like that, but we'll see how it goes. But that will be where I'm at with these, and then I'll probably do a little bit of dry brush on the silver, and then I'll start weathering, and I've got to do a little bit of highlighting on the black as well on the front there on those sorts of guns. So yeah, I meant big love. Yep, I know exactly what you meant, Chris. So all good. But yeah, so they're coming out all right. These are turning out better and better the more I'm doing work with them. To kind of give you a little bit of a cheat code that I use, I'm going to do a little bit of edge highlighting, but with dry brushing, because why wouldn't you want to do that? And cut down a ton of time. For black, I'm just going to do a dark grey mixed with a little bit of white, and we're going to get a little bit of dry brushing done to pick out the edges on the dreadnought. Boop. There you go. What's happening, JJ? What's happening, folks that are just jumping in on YouTube? How you doing? So yeah, we're just getting past this. The thing that I'm finding, and as I said to people, edge highlighting and all that sort of stuff is great and an invaluable lesson to learn when you're painting. Honestly, it's really, really good. And if you want to paint like Games Workshop, you're good to go. You know, it's really, really good. Edge highlighting, that's just a dry brush. If you know how to dry brush, you don't need to edge highlight at all. You can do if you want to be like do display level stuff, but for stuff like this, you'll see just on this bit here, this is just dry brushed, and it's just picked out all of those edges that I need to with some stuff. And that really is where you're at with a lot of this, is the fact that if you can dry brush well and with the right consistency on your brush, you don't need to worry about edge highlighting. You can literally just take a model like this and then just start picking out really gently the edge highlights on the model. And once you do that, you can kind of see what I'm doing now. Bosh, done, dusted. And doing this whole, oh man, I've got to go through and do, you know, a ton of edge highlighting. Unless I am doing a display model these days, I do not edge highlight at all. If I'm army painting and I'm painting armies up, you have to pay me a hell of a lot of money for me to edge highlight a whole fucking Space Marine army. Ain't happening. So you can get around it a lot of the time by doing exactly the same thing with edge highlights, and you can end up with an edge highlight like that. So I thought we painting Gunpla for a second. No, Amory, I'm not painting Gunpla. Fuck that. Not even going there with that. So yeah, so that's really where you can get to with a decent dry brush. And again, Byron from Artist Opus will be the first person to tell you that you can do it, and it looks pretty decent with regard to, you know, what you're doing. You can tidy it up as well. If you're really not happy, you can go back to your base coat. But just on those black bits on there on for the guys on YouTube, that is really where I'm at with it, to get around edge highlighting. So if anybody finds that helpful, and for you guys, you might not be able to see it, but just the edge highlights on the guns there, just a gentle dry brush picks them all out. And then you can also just go and get a little bit more white in your mixture and just do a little bit more and go, do you know what? I'm going to pick out just a little edge of all that sort of stuff with a brighter colour. And you can then start gradiating. As long as you've got some moisture on the brush, you're good to go. Don't get it all chalky. But yeah, you can bypass a lot of this edge highlighting stuff if you're painting armies up. So there you go. That's just with a little bit extra. I'm not sure if that's actually showing up on camera, but just a little bit extra on those edge highlights. There you go, on there as well. Just those extra edge highlights. Off to work later. All right, Amy. Cheers, dude. And then you can literally go back, tidy it up. If you got a little bit of over on the dry brushing, then you can just tidy it up with a little bit of a black brush, but it does save so much time. Yeah, that is a cool technique. Honestly, dry brushing is one of the most underrated things. If you can control dry brushing and you like with your proper hand motion and controlling dry brushing, but you can also control the amount of paint that's on the brush, you're good to go, dude. Yeah, there's a lot. Any recommendations for dry brushes? I've been using makeup brushes, but feel they are somewhat lacking. My favourites are not these. This is a Artist Opus extra small. It's not my favourite. My favourites, believe it or not, are doop-a-doop-a-doo. Where are you, bastard? These guys. They are a German company called PK Pro. So in the UK, you should be able to get hold of these a lot cheaper than I can. They're a really cool company based out of Germany. And they do a ton of different dry brushes. These are the things. They actually have a big fat one. Where's my big fat one here? For you guys on there. And this is the size of the extra large. But they have a multitude of different dry brushes. I'm trying to find out where my other ones are for them. Hold on. There we go. We have a small, extra small, medium. There's a large one around there somewhere. Where's the large one? It's around somewhere. I don't know. Oh, there it is. So there's a large and an extra large. You get 5 in a box with these guys. I'm sure that is a brush. Yes, it's freaking mental. For like, I've used it on terrain. It's been really good on terrain, this one here. And it's yeah, it's been pretty fun for using on terrain. These guys are the 3 that I normally, maybe a little bit on vehicles for this one, but these 3, the extra small and medium, are the 3 that I use the most with a lot of this stuff. You can tell by the colours how much I use them. They're decent. They are, in my mind, a hell of a lot more cost effective than Artist Opus brushes. They're very similar. The second place, to be honest with you, that's cheaper will be the Masters brushes from Army Painter. They're not bad. Let me see if I've got them. There's that one. That's not a bad brush, the Master series. And then I think there's another PK Pro, another medium brush there as well that was sent over. Where is my other? So the Army Painter do like 3, I want to say. They do like a sort of like small, medium and large. I'm trying to work out where my large one is from Army Painter. It might not fit in here, I'm not sure. But yeah, these are all right. These are not too bad. They do a job as well. But yeah, PK Pro in Germany is decent. What's happening in Real MG Painting and 3 Finger Painting? How you doing, guys, on Instagram? But yeah, so that for me, that's pretty rocking. You know, for dry brushes, I've got a ton of different dry brushes. I've got some more to actually try out behind me as well, which is I'm gonna keep on going on with that. But So one thing I've noticed that some of these decals that I'm using still haven't degraded with the Mark Fit Super Strong. They've not done, and it's just sometimes you get decals that have not fitted. The Games Workshop ones and some of the other ones that I've had, you'll sort of see on here there's still like a little bit of a residue when you get it in certain light, that you can kind of see that it's still a decal. I don't like that. So I'm actually going to coat them with a little bit of matte varnish now. If I can find my matte varnish. Because for me, I've got to have it decent. So where is my stuff? There you go, matte varnish. So the matte varnish that I'm actually using is this stuff here. It's Mecha matte varnish from Vallejo. This one here is actually pretty decent. It's like a more of a satin finish, but I put this on before I will go crazy with a spray, just to get this looking the same as everything around it. So it's nice to just brush on and then coat and get it all. Okay, I'm going to get another brush that's a bit bigger. I picked a smaller brush. So yeah, I'm just literally coating all of the decal in the matte varnish, just to kind of level it up, because sometimes decals don't decrease and it's a bit of a shitter. Every one of the other decals that I used did, and I'm like, great, fine, awesome. Just from another manufacturer of decals, it didn't. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to sort this out a little bit and just give it a coat. And this weirdly finishes like a semi-gloss. It's supposed to be matte, but it actually finishes like on a semi-gloss. I've had Microsol and Microset. Yeah, I've got Microsol and Microset. They've been decent, but Mark Fit is actually stronger than those as well. The decals that I got were from a company called, I'll tell you in a second. The ones that I get from a guy called Sander over in Japan are really good. I've had no problems with them at all. They decrease and they smush it down with no issues whatsoever. There's another guy from the UK that I ordered, and his are slightly thick. The material he actually uses for his decals are slightly thick, and they can use a little bit extra stuff. But yeah, no, the Microsol and Microset, let me show you what they look like for people that don't know what they look like. They're these products here. They are one that you brush on to start with, to help the adhesion of the decal to the model, and then another one that actually softens the decal to sort of settle down. But the Mark Fit, this stuff that I use, this Mark Fit Super Strong, does everything. And this is Japanese. It is really, really good, and it kind of just gently melts away. What's the manufacturer of the decals that I was using that was a little bit rough? It is the Mighty Brush. That's it. That's the company. And just be aware that those guys, his decals are a little bit thick and will just require a little bit extra work to get them going. But it was only 40k hideout. How you doing, dude? But yeah, with a little bit of extra, you can sort of like work on the decals and just get them. You can tell from how shiny it is that I've put the decal solution on. So yeah, that's all good, and I'm happy that I've got a little bit more progress done for that. But it's about time for me to get back to work again, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have to head out from the stream. Thank you ever so much, everybody, for watching today. I'll kind of pop these on here to kind of show you what we got done today. We've got all of the grey and the white done on the I've put one over here for the guys on Instagram as well. We got all of the white and the grey done on the front of the Dreadnought. We also got a little bit of that black highlighted and done with some edge highlights that I probably might clean up as well a little bit. And then we're on to the next one. So next stream I should be doing some silver work maybe, or a little bit more fun stuff. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. But appreciate everybody on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching, and everybody on Instagram. Thanks ever so much, and much love. And I'll see you all soon.